Oh my god. Hello everybody, it's Spirit Hollow Haunt, and this is a unexpected video. God damn you, Spirit. Always dropping so much. If you guys didn't know, I didn't release a video on the last teaser. I was actually planning to do a predictions video and showing like my concepts for those animatronics that were shown. But now that video's been scrapped. Just like the 5 other videos before that got scrapped because they're outdated now and all that. Well, guess what, you guys? If you guys have been living under a rock for some reason, Spirit dropped a teaser today, and it's insane. This year looks awesome. Just spoiler alert on what my opinions are. This year looks pretty good. Like, it looks awesome, and there's some kind of ones that I'm iffy about, but most of all, it looks pretty good. And it looks like Spirit's definitely improving this year with a lot more of scary props and props that they would have had like back in the day, back in like 2013 and 14, 2012, all that. And this year's props look very high quality too. And also, real quick, I want to say sorry for being gone for like a month or two. I really do apologize. Like, it's been like over a month now, and I'm really sorry. And also, I will thank you guys for 600 subscribers at the very end of the video, so stick around if you want that. Also, real quick, before we get into this, follow the new Instagram, please. I have like 1 follower right now. Please follow the new Instagram. I might even shout out everybody who follows my Instagram in the next video if you want to be shout out, and it's going to be an awesome experience having an Instagram now. You know, it's a new Instagram. I'll be posting a lot of behind the scenes content. I'll be posting a lot, just random stuff, and if you ever want to DM me there and talk to me, my DMs are always open, so trust me, I'm a really nice person. But anyways, you guys, let's get right into this teaser and all the animatronics that were in this teaser. I counted, I think, around 16 animatronics. Now, I think 2 or 3 of them were already seen animatronics, like the Gargoyle and the Sitting Scarecrow, or the Scary Sitting Scarecrow now he's called. But there are other ones that are brand new. And by the way, if you guys didn't know, there are not official listings for these guys. This trailer was actually leaked on accident. Spirit accidentally put the trailer up, from what I've heard, and basically that's how it leaked out. So there's no listing. I mean, there is listings of all these guys, and we do know their names and stuff, but we don't have like stock images and stuff. We just have the images from the teaser itself. So starting off with our first animatronic, let's get right into our first animatronic. Now, starting off with an absolute banger of an animatronic, we think the Black Heart. Now, out of all the animatronics that were kind of unveiled in those tombstones, I was excited for the Black Heart. I didn't bet that I was gonna get it. I didn't think, I was like, oh, I'm probably gonna like it, but I'm probably not gonna like it so much that I'm gonna get it, especially when I heard that it's made by CCL. Not too big on CCL props in general. I feel like some of them look really cheap and stuff, and their overall builds are really bad. But once we saw this guy, oh my god, is he awesome. This might be, if not my favorite, one of my favorites from this teaser. This guy looks insane, and I'm planning on probably picking this guy up for sure for this year. I just really like him. I'm a huge fan of Grim Reaper props. I wanted to save this for later on when the unboxing video actually came out, but just recently I got the collector in my collection, you know. And he was one that I've been really wanting to get my hands on for a while, that I missed the opportunity in 2019. And this guy kind of gives me collector vibes, kind of. And if I bought him and put him in my haunt, I could definitely see me having this as like maybe the collector's, like, you know, kind of like henchman guy. He's awesome. He really is awesome. I'm a huge fan of Grim Reapers. My first ever animatronic was a Grim Reaper, but I think this guy's such a unique concept where he's holding a girl. He's holding the girl who we heard about the love story and stuff, and she looks really realistic too at the same time. Like, everything about this guy looks realistic. His clothing looks a little bland, but that doesn't really bother me too much. I wish maybe he had what the collector had, like with the gauze and stuff all over him, but it doesn't really matter. But overall, I really like this guy, and this guy's one of my favorites. Moving on to the next animatronic in the teaser, and another great one that I'm planning to pick up for this year. This is Heckles. Now, oh my god, is this a clown done right. Now, for the longest time, we've seen all these really monstrous clowns, and have rarely seen like really normal looking clowns. Like, we've seen props like Hugs and, you know, Towering Clown, and then we got like Crouchy, you know, Nozzles the clown, who I bought last year, I really like, but they're not the best versions that clowns can be, which are like the more realistic human looking clowns. This guy is a very much realistic human looking clown. This guy, as you can see from close-up shots of his face, he looks really realistic and like really like a real human, and I absolutely love it. And I like really a lot of stuff about this guy. The only thing that kind of makes me a little worried is maybe him being a little bit bad quality. He is made by Seasonal Vision, so you know their props tend to not be the best of quality, and that head looks like it has very thin latex, judging around the neck area being very thin looking, which means that maybe he could have like head damage and with the sun being not too kind to him, you know, with dry rot and all that. But other than that, I really plan to pick this guy up. I don't want to get too many clowns this year, because I have no plans for a circus theme in the future, but I actually really like this guy and I plan to pick him up. And yeah, that's Heckles, and I really like him. Next up is probably one of my most anticipated props this year, probably my second most anticipated off of when we seen the Tombstones, and this is Slim from Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And I'm not gonna lie, he didn't disappoint, but there are some flaws with him so far by looking at him. Now, I think he looks actually really awesome, and I still plan to pick this guy up for the year, definitely with a 20% off coupon or something, some kind of coupon or discount on him, because I'm not paying $400 for this no matter what he does. He can roam around and have servos in his head, and I wouldn't pick him up for that much. But his design looks absolutely awesome in the mouth movement, so I'm pretty sure he has mouth movement, and he kind of rocks back and forth, and he has arm movement that kind of like lurches and kind of opens and closes the bag. And that's where we get into my gripes. The bag. So if you know the bag from the movie, you know that it looks absolutely nothing like this bag. This bag looks like a birthday party gift bag or something like that. It doesn't look good. The bag that was in the movie, I'll show a picture. It looks more like a suitcase, briefcase, kind of storage luggage bag. This looks awful. I hope you can remove the bag from his hands. It's disappointing that such cheap stuff like a party bag is with this animatronic. But I'm praying to God that you can just remove that. I'm pretty sure you can. And if you can't, then I'll just kind of rip it off. I'm pretty sure it should be easy to do that. But Slim looks awesome. Sorry if you hear my dogs in the background. They see something outside. But yeah, Slim looks amazing. I'm still planning to buy him. His overall look and design looks awesome. He does look a little fat. I'm not gonna lie, he does look a little bit on the chunkier side, especially in the lower regions. You know, Slim kind of thick though, but I really like Slim. He's awesome. Next up, I have some things to say about this one. Now, this was my most anticipated animatronic when it was first announced, and I have to say I'm a little disappointed, sadly. This is the Spirit Halloween 2023 Pretty Woman Leatherface animatronic, and he's not horrible, but he's not good. He looks good. He looks the par. Don't get me wrong, his looks look amazing if you see the images. I wish he looked a little dirtier. He looks very clean. His face and his outfit and even his chainsaw look really clean. But his chainsaw definitely looks better than the Lowe's one, you know, for sure. Even his hands look pretty clean and stuff, but the main complaint is, as you guys can see in the short little clip, damn, Mr. Punchy, why are you haunting my nightmares? But yeah, he has the Mr. Punchy animation. Makes sense because he is made by Party Time. Just like the Gemmy one, yeah. He does actually have chainsaw animation, which is really cool. That I find to be awesome, because I know that the Party City one and the Lowe's one do not have chainsaw animation, as I know of. Yeah, it's very sad. He has the Mr. Punchy animation. It just doesn't work. The thing about Leatherface is Leatherface isn't a clown who's spinning around, you know, you're a fool who's going down to hell, whatever. Leatherface is a guy, a hillbilly cannibal who throws his chainsaw around whenever he's mad. He doesn't spin his chainsaw around, he throws it. He doesn't throw it. Don't think, I mean, he has thrown it before, but he kind of like thrashes it around, you know. I think the Party City one did good with theirs, you know. We've seen a brief clip of what it does, but it looks good overall in the animation department. I love the face and all that. I love the Pretty Woman design. I was super hyped for this one. It's not horrible. Again, I don't think it's horrible. I don't think it's bad as the Lowe's, but it's not the greatest. Because I'm coming home with a Leatherface this year no matter what. Next up is actually one that we didn't hear of in the original teaser, and one that we actually just got a name for. I'm not going to say, I can't remember it at all. I'm not going to say it, I can't remember it at all, but I'll put up a picture right here. That's him and all that. I'm pretty sure this is real. I know. I've seen this image surfacing. I actually seen this before. I actually seen the teaser. I seen it on Instagram. But this guy, he looks pretty cool. I'm always into the Hillbilly children, you know, all that. I think the Hillbilly props are always really cool. I really like his concept of him, you know, kind of like jump scaring you with the pumpkin by taking the pumpkin off of the face. You see the face though, I'm not too sure about. I don't know how to feel about it. I think it's not bad, but I think it's also not the best. Very much zombie baby-esque face, and he is a child prop. In his story, he's like an orphan, and like, you know, he went to go smash pumpkins and stuff, and it all went wrong. And yeah, he's cool. We'll see how we'll see. I want to see more stuff on him before I give my full thoughts and opinions, because we barely know anything about this guy. So I want to see more of him. But yeah, he's cool overall. All right, next is one that I actually dislike. Now, I know we're getting to kind of some negativity with the Leatherface and this one and the last one, you know. I mean, the last one was really negative, but this one is the 2023 prop made by the company Sound and Light. If you don't know, Sound and Light made Tombstone Terror, and you can definitely see that in this animatronic. This animatronic was actually the one that we seen in the first Halfway to Halloween teaser for a brief second on the Tombstone Shovel thingy. Tombstone Shovel, on the shovel with the Grim Reaper face. And the face doesn't look bad, but it's just not good. And for the price that it's at, I'm pretty sure it's over $100, which is like horrible for a Tombstone. You can literally get like the same thing at Home Depot for like $40, and it's just, I don't know. It's definitely better than Tombstone Terror, but I definitely don't think it's that good. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, this is Eternal Rest. Yeah. The next animatronic that showed up was the scary sitting Scarecrow, which I said earlier. We've seen him prior. I never stated my opinion on him. I think he's awesome. Sorry if you hear my bird in the back. You probably can't, but if you do, sorry, he's going off. But scary sitting Scarecrow, he looks awesome. You know, I really like the new redesign. I don't get why people are getting all upset and mad over him being kind of a copy. It's Spirit's character, nonetheless. You know, they can do whatever they want with their character. But I think he looks cool overall, and I might pick him up at the end of the year Halloween sale. Next up is Darling Dolly, the animatronic that we've heard of for the longest time, since the Halfway to Halloween teaser. Darling Dolly, what do I think about her? So, Darling Dolly, I think, is a really cool looking animatronic. I actually really like this prop, and I'm not, if you know me, you know I dislike doll props a lot. Creepy Rising Doll is my favorite doll animatronic. This might surpass it. But other than that, I hate doll props, and I also hate little girl props too, which I've actually noticed a lack of this year, which I'm pretty excited about. Again, we haven't seen the full lineup. I'm pretty sure this is probably like most of the lineup, but we haven't seen the full lineup. We actually didn't see props like Hellspawn and my most anticipated prop for this year. What's his name? The Bat. Him. Yeah. And then the Cauldroness. But Darling Dolly is alright. I feel like she could have been executed a little bit better, but that's no hate or gripe. If you really like her, I think she's cool as well. And I think she'll definitely be a big, like, good seller for this year, because I know there's a big fan base for the doll props. Creepy Rising Doll, for example. People really love her. And yeah. Next up that showed up is the infamous Grave Watcher. Now, if you don't know, this is a returning prop from 2013, and actually was listed on Amazon like a week ago. Listed on Amazon like a week ago. Maybe not even. Yeah, like a week ago. We kind of already seen this prop already. You know, people have got their hands on her, and she's cool. You know, I'm not really like super big fan of Grave Watcher. You know, I think, where the hell is Pumpkin Nester? Sorry to be that guy, but I'm that guy. Grave Watcher's still cool. I think she's a pretty cool prop, you know. Definitely nostalgic for me, because she came out the first year that I went to Spirit, so it's going to be nostalgic seeing her in stores for this year. So yeah, Grave Watcher gets a thumbs up from Spirit Hollow Han. Alright. Another one of my most anticipated. I know some people might think this is Hellspawn. I've seen some people say it could be Hellspawn, but I'd say otherwise. This is definitely probably the Deathstalker, the one that we've been waiting for the longest time as well. With Darling Dolly, we've seen in the Halfway Halloween teaser, well, the Tombstone, like Darling Dolly, and he looks pretty damn cool. He looks awesome. Just this monstrous, nightmarish design looks really creepy. It's something I didn't expect, and something that I did kind of expect, but kind of like the only mouth as a head is really creepy. I don't know how to feel about his clothing. I feel like it's cool. I'm gonna have to see a full shot of this guy to really get my full opinion and say if I want to buy him, because he is online only for this year, so I will have to pay a little extra more for shipping and all that. So, but overall, I think he's still an amazing prop. That head and that sculpt on the face is insane. I forgot who made him, but whoever made him, I'm pretty sure it's the same company that made Two Scoops and all that. And you can kind of tell by this creepy, crazy design that he's made by the same company as Two Scoops. They did a phenomenal job. As you can also see, fog seems to spew out of his mouth, which is just awesome. I love fog-related props. I think that they're some of my favorites. I love nozzles for one reason, that being the fog. You know, well, I loved his design too, but the fog was the big part about him that made him good. And this guy is, you know, no exception. I think the fog is just a great touch. Really something out of your nightmares. Next up in the teaser, we enter the crypt. And that's where we meet the Crypt Keeper. Yes, as we all know, as I predicted, you know, the night of Halfway to Halloween, you know, just kind of like decreasing, you know, turning down the brightness on that one image. We knew the Crypt Keeper was coming. Now, from what I've heard, he's online only. It's kind of weird because I feel like he'd fit the theme really well this year because he is the Crypt Keeper. He's awesome otherwise. I never seen Tales of the Crypt, but I have seen the Crypt Keeper before, and this guy looks really spot on. Just his overall design. I do know he's pretty small. He's like 2 feet, I think, which is pretty small, but I'm pretty sure he was small in the show. I don't know if it was that small, but he looks awesome. A major improvement from the original one, Jemmy one, from years ago. And this one actually has eye movement, which looks insane. It looks super eerie to me. I don't know what it is about it, but it just looks really eerie. But yeah, the Crypt Keeper is cool, and for what I've seen from his description, he has so many goddamn phrases. Holy crap! I don't think I've ever seen an animatronic with this many phrases. Jeez. But yeah, that's the Crypt Keeper. Awesome. Next up is the Dagger Mike. You know, the animatronic that I was kind of the most worried about this year, because from his description, he sounded very similar to Johnny Punk. And I, you know, dislike Johnny Punk. And I gotta say, after seeing Dagger Mike, I'm a fan. I think he's pretty cool. Definitely not bad like Johnny Punk. He's actually cool. From what I see from the animation, it seems like he's gonna have a Jack Straw animation where he's kind of like sitting down, and then he'll pop up with the knives in his hand, which are awesome. He'll kind of, I assume he'll kind of maybe be hiding the knives behind him when he's sitting down, and then he'll pop up and he'll show the daggers in his hand and stuff. But he looks awesome. He has like this very creepy, like human-esque clown design, not like a monster clown, which makes sense because he's a kid who put on a clown costume in his story. So yeah, he's really cool. Not like insane, like amazing, where I'm like, oh my god, I'm freaking out over this. But he's cool. He's cool enough. I very much kind of like Silent and Deadly kind of vibes. Like young, silent, and deadly. There we go. Young, silent, and deadly. That's Dagger Mike right here. Next up, we have a weird one. It's another one that we haven't seen yet on any of the tombstones or anything. This is this pumpkin guy. It's like this pumpkin on a statue with like the pumpkin guts, very much reminiscent of the brand new Lowe's pumpkin this year. But otherwise, cool. It's cool. It's not something where I'm like, oh, this is amazing. It's definitely kind of, in my opinion, mediocre. It should have been online only. We don't know if it is on. I don't think it's online only. It might be an inbox only for this year. But yeah, it's just kind of, it's cool. I love the pumpkin guts effect. It's not a bad prop, but I feel like we could have seen better. All right, next up is stilts. Now, stilts is a prop that I've been waiting and eager to see because if you don't know, Lowe's released their clown on stilts, and actually I wanted to give this spirit one a chance because as much as I love clown on stilts, I wanted to maybe see spirits maybe if it was a little bit better. I'd pick it up. And I gotta say, I'm going with Lowe's this year. Not that this one's a bad one. This one's actually really good. Really good? Really good. I actually really like his design. I feel like the colors are a little weird, and I don't like his cartoonish look. But the face with the close-up actually looks kind of decent, and I can see why people really like this one so much. I feel like he just looks a little weird proportionate-wise. This one, not gonna lie, I'm a little kind of iffy about. Definitely one of my least favorite clowns of this year. Definitely my least favorite clown so far for this year. And I'm definitely going to have to go with the Lowe's one for this year. So expect to see the Lowe's Clown on Stilts on the channel pretty soon. Soon? Why'd I say it like that? And then next up we have kind of something a little cool, kind of like an homage to Spirit's iconic props being Crouchy, Uncle Charlie and Wacky Mole being on like this carousel thingy. Pretty cool. Nothing kind of interesting or anything, it's just the costumes. But yeah. And now we have something that a lot of people have been waiting for, the return of the creepy rising doll. You know, she was a pretty demanded prop, especially this year and last year. I know a lot of people really wanted to see her back. Me personally, I never really wanted to see her come back. I don't think that she's a bad prop, but I just don't find her to be like one of my favorites. She looks cool though. I've always liked the creepy rising doll. She's definitely my favorite of the doll props. She's alright. She's online only this year, so yeah, she'll be online. I don't know why she isn't in store, maybe because Darling Dolly's in stores for this year. But yeah, she's still pretty cool. Yeah, that's Creepy Rising Doll. She actually looks a little bit different from the original one. She looks very much the same, but the head looks a tad bit different, which I think isn't bad, you know? The plastic on the head looks a little bit thicker. Maybe even being latex, I highly doubt it, but the plastic looks a little thicker on the head, which is definitely good because it won't break very easily. It won't be that cheap, flimsy mask material. You know what I'm talking about. And then the trailer ends. Psych! There's actually one more prop at the end, and that is Poor George. Now, I actually really like Poor George. He's definitely one that I really like. The only complaint that I have with him is that his proportions look a little weird. The arms on him are really long, and it makes him look a little weird. I don't know, I just think that looks a little weird. But his face and all that looks really cool, really creepy as well. Very much reminiscent on 2013 Clown Train props, like that one pop-up clown I can't remember the name of. I'll put a picture up. Very reminiscent to that, and I really like that. Very much something that we would have saw in the Clown Train back in the day, and that's just really cool, you know. In my opinion, Poor George is really cool. Will I pick him up? Probably not, but still a really cool one. And that wraps up the Spirit Halloween 2023 teaser video. Now, I am absolutely blown away that we got this today. You know, I wasn't expecting anything today. The FNAF trailer dropped, and I was really hyped up about that. And then this teaser dropped. Today was overall a really nice day today. I really like today, and this year's lineup looks amazing. Like just overall with, you know, the Black Heart, you know, Deathstalker, some other ones, the Slim, Heckles, they all look really good. And I think Spirit's taking a major step up this year in quality, and, you know, all that in their designs are, they're coming back. They're coming back to be the Spirit that they used to be, what we've been begging for years now. But that doesn't matter. What do you think about the Spirit Halloween 2023 lineup? Well, not really lineup, but revealed today. What do you think about these animatronics? Leave them down in the comment section below. Do you like them or do you not like them? Or are you mixed? And also let me know what animatronics you'll be picking up this year. If you are going to pick up any, let me know, because I would really like to hear what you guys' pickups are for the year. For me, right now, I have 4 in plan right now. Of course, this will probably change. It has changed, you know, like in 2021, I planned to pick up Buzzsaw and stuff. Never picked up Buzzsaw, I ended up picking up Henry Hustle instead. My plan so far for this year is definitely the Black Heart, Slim, Heckles, and Deathstalker. So yeah, you guys. Also, real quick, thank you for 600 subscribers. I am very thankful, you guys. You don't even know how appreciative I am of 600 subscribers. I want to save it till the end because we had so much to get into. But thank you so much. You guys don't know how much it means to me. It just really just makes my day, you know, seeing that, you know, you guys liked the video and you guys subscribed. And if you haven't already, subscribe. You know, I really appreciate it. Like I said, follow the Instagram, subscribe, whatever, and you'll be able to keep up to date with new content and stuff. And And I really do appreciate you, all of you guys who are subscribed, and even the ones who watch the video and like the video and stuff. You really help me and put me out there into the algorithm. But so yeah, you guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Spirit Hollow Haunt out.